hi there grade 5 pupils, welcome back again to my channel. So for this video lesson, we will be discussing about addition of fractions and mixed numbers with and without regrouping. So diba, we are done discussing divisibility rules and then as well as yung least common multiple tsaka yung GCF. So yung mga lesson natin regarding LC and GCF, magagamit po natin yan kapag ang pinag-uusapan po natin is operations on fractions. So later on, malalaman nyo kung bakit applied po sila sa ating lesson. So let's start. So to start with, let us have our lesson objectives para alam po natin kung ano po ang kailangan po nating matutunan dito sa ating video lesson. So according to the title, so we will be discussing about on how to add fractions and mixed numbers with and without regrouping. So mamaya makikita nyo kung kailan tayo magre-regroup, kailan naman hindi. Okay, so yan lang po yung ating lesson objective. So to start our discussion, let us have fraction. So I hope meron na po kayong idea regarding fraction. So fractions represent equal parts of a whole. There are three major types of fractions, namely proper fractions, improper fractions, and mixed fractions. So para ma-discuss po natin, para mas maging malinaw sa inyo yung fraction, so halimbawa meron tayong isang buong pizza. And then hinati natin yung pizza na yon into its equal slices. And then, upon slicing, tatlo ang iyong nakain. Okay, so anong fractional part ng nakain mo? So that is 3 over 8. 3 slices over yung total na slices ng pizza, which is 8. Okay, so meron tayong types of fractions nga, yung proper, improper, and mixed fractions. So a fraction is said to be a proper fraction if the numerator is less than the denominator. So diba sa fraction, meron tayong numerator and denominator. So yung numerator, ito po yung number na nakasulat sa itaas ng fraction bar. And then yung denominator naman, ito po yung nakasulat sa ibaba ng fraction bar. So kapag yung numerator is mas mababa, yung nasa taas, mas mababa po sa denominator nasa baba, we consider that fraction as proper fraction. And then yung kabaligtaran niya, kapag mas mataas yung value ng numerator kesa dun sa denominator, so the fraction is an improper fraction. And then when we say mixed fractions or mixed numbers, ito po yung combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. Okay, so yun lang po siya, isang whole number tsaka isang proper fraction. So kapag meron tayong whole number and then meron tayong improper fraction, yung improper fractions po, kailangan po natin yung isimplify pa. Okay, kasi kailangan proper fraction po siya kapag sinisimplify. So let us have examples of the three major types of fractions. So ayan, we have proper fractions. 1/2, 4 over 15, 19 over 32. As you can see, numerator 1, 4, and 19 are all less than the value of their denominators. Like for example, 1/2, mas mataas ang value ng denominator, which is 2. 4 over 15, mas mataas po yung 15. And then 32 dun sa 19 over 32. So, let us have improper fractions. So, kung sa proper fractions, the value of the numerator is less than the denominator. So, for improper fractions, ayan, as you can see, mas mataas po yung value ng numerator kesa sa ating denominator. 7 over 3. 7 is greater than 3. That is why 7 over 3 is an example of improper fractions. Same with 29 over 6 and 100 over 99. So usually, mga improper fractions po, sinisimplify po natin yan and then we make it as mixed fractions. So yung mga mixed fractions, ayan, whole number 1 and then 2 over 9, which is a proper fraction. Okay, as you can see, proper fraction siya, it's because the numerator is less than the denominator. What else? 5 and 12 over 25. 14 and 3 over 8. And then yung mga fractions, sinisimplify po natin yan. Sinisimplify, so we reduce them to lowest term if possible. If not, hindi po natin pwede silang i-simplify kasi simplified form na po sila. So now, when can we consider that two or more fractions are similar fractions? So two or more fractions are classified as similar fractions if and only if the denominators are alike. Sa madaling salita, kapag yung mga denominators ng ating mga fractions ay magkakatulad, considered po sila as similar fractions. So tinitignan lang po natin yung mga numbers na nasa ibaba. Okay. Kapag pare-pareho po yung mga nasa ibaba, they're considered as similar fractions. Examples of similar fractions are 3 over 8 and 5/8. Ayan, as you can see, the denominators 8. Ayan, kaya similar fractions po sila. And then what else? 2 over 15, 7 over 15, and 14 over 15. As you can see, pare-pareho po yung denominator which is 15. So, yun lang po ang similar fractions. What about similar fractions? If the denominators of two or more fractions are not alike, then the fractions are dissimilar. So on the other hand, kapag yung ating mga denominators ay magkakaiba, considered po sila as dissimilar fractions. So kapag pare-pareho numerator, hindi na po natin pwedeng sabihin na similar fractions sila. It's because we are looking only on the denominators of the fractions, of the given fractions. Hindi natin kina-consider yung mga numerators. So examples of the similar fractions are 1 over 6 and 7 over 9. As you can see, 1 over 6, the denominator is 6. 7 over 9, the denominator is 9. Next, 8 over 11, 15 over 23, and 32 over 45. So magkakaiba po yung kanilang mga denominator. Now, let us proceed to our main discussion, which is yung addition of similar fractions. So, dalawang discussion natin dito, similar fractions and dissimilar fractions. So, syempre, pinakamadali sa lahat yung addition of similar fractions. Kasi nga, pareho silang fractions, pareho sila ng denominators. So, in adding similar fractions, just simply add the numerators and copy the denominator. Express the resulting fractions into its simplest form if necessary. Okay, so sa pag-add po natin ng similar fractions, ang ginagawa lang po natin dito is pinag-a-add. Combine lang po natin yung value ng mga numerators and then ikakopy lang po natin yung denominator. So once you perform the operation, so yung pinakahuling part po niya, pinakahuling step po niya is to express the resulting fractions into its simplest form. Yung tinatawag po nating lowest term. Like for example, kung ang nakuha mong sagot is 3 over 6. So hindi po yan ang final answer. So kailangan po nating i-lowest term yung 3 over 6. So paano po yan ilo-lowest term? Just simply look at the common factors, the greatest common factors of the numerator and denominator. In this case, yung GCF ng 3 and 6 is 3. So we will divide both numerator and denominator by 3. That is 3 divided by 3, 1, over 6 divided by 3, 2. Therefore, 3 over 6 is equal to 1/2. So yun po yung simplest form natin, yung 1/2. So we have addition of similar fractions without regrouping. So when can we say that we need to regroup? Okay, so kapag po yung ating nakuhang sagot, yung sum na nakuha po natin dun sa pag-add ng similar fractions o kahit dissimilar fractions man yan, titignan lang po natin yung numerator. Kapag yung numerator ay mas mataas dun sa denominator, kailangan po nating mag-regroup. Sa madaling salita, kapag po yung nakuha nating sum is an improper fraction, that is the time that we need to regroup. So let's have the following examples. So 1 over 9 plus 5 over 9. So they are similar fractions because they have the same denominators. So in order to add these similar fractions, we just simply add the numerators and then copy the denominator. So 1 plus 5 over 9. Okay, so hindi po natin ina-add dito yung denominator. Baka i-add po natin 9 plus 9, hindi po yung 18. So ina-add lang po natin yung nasa taas, yung 1 and 5. Now, 1 plus 5 is 6 all over 9. So, 6 over 9, kailangan po natin yung i-simplify kasi meron siyang common factor. So, the greatest common factor of 6 and 9 is 3. So, we need to divide both numerators and denominator by 3. So, 6 divided by 3, that is 2. 9 divided by 3, that is 3. So, our final answer is 2/3 or 2 over 3. Next, this is an example of a mixed number in a proper fraction. Okay, so since yung 6, nag-iisa lang po siyang whole number, so i-retain lang po natin siya. So i-add lang po natin yan is yung dalawang proper fractions. Yan, 5 over 14 and 3 over 14. So i-add lang natin 5 plus 3 all over 14. So 5 plus 3, that is 8 over 14. So kailangan po natin i-simplify yung 8 over 14. So ano ang GCF ng 8 and 14? That is 2. So kailangan natin i-divide both numerator by 2. Numerator and denominator by 2. So 8 divided by 2 will have 4. And then 14 divided by 2, that is 7. So our final answer will be 6 and 4 over 7. So hindi kasi natin ina-accept yung sagot na hindi po nakasimplify. So kapag simplified na sila, hindi na po natin kailangan pang isimplify. So what about addition of similar fractions with regrouping? Okay, so dito natin makikita na kailangan palang i-regroup yung final answer natin. So let's have the following examples. So ayan, 7 over 16 plus 13 over 16. So add lang po natin yung numerator. So 7 plus 13 all over 16. So 7 plus 13, that is 20 over 16. So 20 over 16 is an improper fraction. Kasi mas mataas yung value ng numerator kesa sa denominator. So, kailangan po natin i-divide ngayon yung 20 sa 16. Okay, so how many 16s are there in 20? We only have 1. And then, ilan yung remainder? So, 4 over 16. Okay, so kailangan pa rin natin i-simplify yung 4 over 16 kasi meron silang common factor pa. So, the greatest common factor is 4. So, kapag dinivide po natin yung numerator and denominator by 4, ang makukuha po nating sagot, 1 and 1/4. So, ito po yung ating final answer. So, paano naging 1 and 1/4? 1 and 1/4. So, 4 divided by 4. Ito. Divide natin sa 4, 1. Ang 16 divide by 4, 4. Tas, kunin po natin yung 1, yung whole number. Kasi meron tayong nakuhang isang 16 dun sa 20 over 16. That is why our final answer is 1 and 1/4. Next, 2 and 19 over 42 plus 5 and 37 over 42. So dito, pareho silang mixed fractions, mixed numbers. So pwede natin silang pag-add. So 2 plus 5, ayan. And then, yung numerators. So 19 plus 37 over 42. So 2 plus 5, we have 7. And then 19 plus 37, we have 56 over 42. So since yung fraction natin dito is an improper, so kailangan po nating mag-regroup. So ilang 42 ang meron sa 56? We only have 1. That is why mag-add ngayon tayo ng 1. So magiging 7 plus 1. And then, ilan ang remainder? So 56 minus 42, we have 14 over 42. So add ngayon natin 7 and 1, 8. And then 14 over 42. So ano pa ang common factors ng 14 and 42? Yung GCF nila. So kung kukunin natin yung GCF, ang makukuha nating sagot is 14. So kapag yung 14 dinivide natin sa 14, makukuha natin is 1. So 8 and 1 over, what about 42 divide natin sa 14? We have 3. So our final answer is 8 and 1/3. So yun po yung simplified answer. So ito na, addition of dissimilar fractions. So yung yung similar fractions kanina napakadali lang kasi pareho sila ng denominator. Pero kapag dissimilar ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, ganito po yung kanyang proseso. So meron tayong dalawang methods. Nasa sa inyo na kung ano yung gagamitin nyo. So yung method 1 natin is changing dissimilar fractions to similar fractions. Here are the steps. Step 1. Change the dissimilar fractions into similar fractions by getting the LCD, or what we call the least common denominator. So yung LCM. Okay, so kung familiar kayo sa LCM, parang ito din po siya, least common denominator. Okay, so kasi denominator kasi yung ating kinukuha na least common multiple. So kaya LCD siya. Hindi siya pwedeng LCN, hindi naman numerator. Next, add the numerators and copy the denominator. Then, add the whole numbers. In case one of the fractions has no whole number, just copy the whole number of the other one. Kapag nakuha na natin yung LCD at na-change natin sila into similar fractions, so follow lang natin yung rules natin sa similar fractions. Na i-add natin numerators and then copy natin yung denominator. And then kapag may mga whole numbers, kasi nga maaring mixed numbers or mixed fractions, i-add lang po natin. And then kapag meron tayong given na isa na walang whole number, so ikakopy lang po natin yung whole number nung isa. Kagaya ng ginawa natin sa previous example. And then always express the answer into its simplest form if necessary. So yan lagi ang final step natin. Kailangan sinisimplify natin yung sagot o yung tinatawag nating lowest term kapag kinakailangan. So para mas maintindihan yung method number 1, so let us have an example. So add the following: 1/4 and 7 over 9. So yung una nating gagawin step is to change the dissimilar fractions into similar fractions by getting the LCD. Okay, so yung LCM natin, ito ang gagawin natin. So lista natin yung mga multiples ng 4 and 9. So 4 muna. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. So, yan muna. Next, what about 9? So, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, and 90. So, skip counting lang tayo, kaya nakuha po natin yan. O kaya naman, 4 times 1, 4 times 2, hanggang 4 times 10. 9 times 1, 9 times 2. Ayan. So, nasa sa atin po kung paano po natin ililista yung mga multiples ng 4 and 9. So, based from the multiples written, so ano po yung least common multiple na nakikita natin dyan? And that is 36. The number 36. So, ibig sabihin, yung LCM natin na 36, yun ang magiging LCD. Yung least common denominator. So, ngayon, itong 1/4 na to, i-change natin into a similar fraction. Tsaka yung 7/9. So, sulat natin pareho 36 kasi yun ang kanilang LCD. Now, paano natin makukuha yung numerator? So, ganito lang po ang process niya. Yung 36, i-divide lang po natin sa 4. Ayan, yun sa denominator. And then, yung makukuha natin quotient doon, i-multiply po natin sa numerator. So, let's have 36 divided by 4, that is 9. 9 times 1, that is 9. A number multiplied by 1, the answer is the number itself. Next, 36 divided by 9, that is 4. So, since nakuha natin quotient is 4, 4 will be multiplied by 7. So, 4 times 7, that is 28. Now, i-add natin ngayon tong mga similar fractions. So, sulat natin dito. 9/36 plus 28/36. Apply po natin yung rules natin sa similar fractions. So, dahil similar fractions na sila, add lang po natin yung dalawang numerator. So, that will become 9 plus 28/36. So, the sum of 9 and 28, that is 37/36. Ayan. 37/36 is an improper fraction. So, kailangan po ngayon natin mag-regroup. Now, how many 36 are there in 37? So, we only have 1. Okay, tapos magkasunod pa silang numero. So, 37/36, simplified natin, that is 1. And then the remainder is 1 kasi nga magkasunod lang sila. 37 minus 36, that is 1/36. So, yung final answer natin is 1 and 1/36 na nakasimplify na po. 1 and 1/36. Example number 2. What is the sum of 3 and 2/3 and 7/10? Okay. So, dito, isang mixed fraction tsaka isang proper fraction. So, ang gagawin lang po natin dito, kunin muna natin yung LCD para maging similar fractions sila. So, kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, lista natin yung multiples. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 10 naman. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Okay. So, halimbawa, nilista natin yung mga multiples ng una. And then, sa pangalawa, nakita mo na agad yung LCM niya. Hindi mo na kailangan ilista pa yung mga kasunod niya. Like, for example, 10, 20, 30. And nakita mo na 30 na ang least common multiple nila. So, hindi mo na kailangan pang isulat yung kasunod niya, yung 40 to 100. Okay. So, nasa atin na yon. Choice na natin yon. So, ayan. Sulat uli natin 2/3 and then 7/10. So, repeat process lang tayo niyan. Sulat natin yung LCD, which is 30. Next, 30, divide natin sa 3, that is 10, di ba? Times 2, we have 20. Doon sa ibaba naman, 30 divided by 10, that is 3. Times 7, we have 21. So, sulat lang natin dito para mas makita nyo. 20/30 plus 21/30. Pareho na po silang similar fractions. Pareho na kasi ng denominator. Now, let's just add the numerators. So, 20 plus 21 over 30. So, 20 plus 21, we have 41 all over 30. So, ayan, kailangan po ngayon natin ulit mag-regroup dahil ang sagot po natin ay improper fraction. So, 41 divided by 30, we only have 1. Isa lang ang 30 na pwede natin kunin sa 41. So, ilan ang magiging remainder? So, kapag remainder, kasi, ang gagawin natin, yung numerator minus denominator. So, 41 minus 30, we have 11 over 30. So, hindi pala natin napakita kanina na kung paano natin i-check na equal sila, equivalent fractions sila. So, halimbawa, ang 1 and 11 over 30, ibabalik natin siya as improper fraction. So, ang mangyayari nun, yung whole number na 1, i-multiply natin sa denominator ng proper fraction. So, 1 times 30, that is 30. And then, yung nakuha nating product, mag-add tayo ng 11, yung numerator. So, 30 plus 11, we have 41. That is why 41 over 30 is equal to 1 and 11 over 30. So, 1 and 11/30. So, that will be our final answer. Now, what about the second method? Using the butterfly method. So, yung butterfly method na to yung pinakamadali sa lahat. Okay. Steps. Draw the butterfly. Second, multiply the number on each wing and write the product under the antenna. Multiply the two denominators and write the product in the body. Now, add the two numbers in the antenna, write the answer at the top of the fraction. Then, write the product in the body below the line or the fraction bar, which is the denominator. And then finally, express the answer into its simplest form if necessary. So, para mas maintindihan nyo yung steps na yan, mas maganda na i-apply natin using example. So, let's have example number 1. Find the sum of 2 over 7 and 4 over 15. So, sulat natin dito, 2 over 7 plus 4 over 15. And then, paano natin i-draw yung butterfly? So, ganito lang siya. Ito. Ayan. Tapos, ito. And then, yung antenna. Yung sa ibaba. Okay. Now, paano natin explain kung paano i-add sila using butterfly method? So, napapansin natin, nagko-cross sila. So, itong number 2 na to, numerator, tsaka yung denominator na 15, pag-multiply natin sila. So, 2 times 15, that is 30. Sulat natin yung sagot dito. And then, sa gitna, plus. And then, anong susulat natin sa kabila? Yung product ng 7 tsaka 4. That is 28. Next, yung sa ibaba naman, yung dalawang denominators is pag-multiply po natin yon. So, 7 times 15, that is 105. Na siya namang isusulat natin dito. Finally, i-add natin yung dalawang numbers dun sa antenna, yung mga nasa taas. So, 30 plus 28 over 105. So, 30 plus 28, we have 58 over 105. So, 58 over 105, this will be our final answer. Kasi wala na po tayong number na pwedeng i-divide para i-simplify siya. So, that will be our final answer. 58 over 105. So, let's have example number 2. What is the result when 2 and 5 over 12 is added to 3 and 1 over 15? Okay, so magiging ganito siya. 3 and 1 over 15 plus 2 and 5 over 12. Kasi yung 2 and 5 over 12, siya po ang ina-add natin dun sa 3 and 1 over 15. Now, so since mixed fraction sila, so isasantabi muna po natin yung mga whole numbers. So, pero i-add natin sila. 3 plus 2, that is 5. And then, ngayon, ipe-perform natin yung 1 over 15 tsaka 5 over 12. So, pag-add natin sila using butterfly method. Okay, so 1 over 15 plus 5 over 12. So, draw tayo ngayon. Ayan. And then, yung antenna sa ibaba. Now, 1 times 12, we have 12. 15 times 5, we have 75. And then, 15 times 12, that is 180. So, add natin ngayon. So, yung whole numbers, 3 plus 2, that is 5. And then, 12 plus 75 over 180. So, 5 and the sum of 12 and 75 is 87. So, 87 over 180. So, kailangan natin siyang i-simplify kasi yung 87 and 180 meron silang common factor, which is 3. So, divide natin both numerators and denominator by 3. So, 87 divided by 3, that is 29. All over 180 divided by 3, that is 60. So, our final answer is 5 and 29 over 60. So, for the next video lesson, we will be discussing the next operation. So, halos wala naman silang pinagkaiba. So, i-discuss ko rin naman yung similar and dissimilar fractions with and without regrouping, tsaka yung methods na dalawa, yung changing dissimilar fractions to similar fractions, tsaka yung butterfly method. So, we'll have subtraction of fractions and mixed numbers with and without regrouping.